FM News Talk 97.1.
On demand audio. Allman in the morning. Common sense radio.
Yeah.
Good morning, you bunch of drunks.
Well, this book is detailing President Obama's disdain, apparently, for Mitt Romney. You know, it's interesting, though. You saw that when Obama was interviewed. I think it was it Letterman or somebody interviewed him, and he said, well, we're not friends. It was it really lacked so much class for him to say that kind of thing. But I didn't know, maybe it is true that he actually can't stand the guy. It's an ebook. Obama's Last Stand is written by Glenn Thrush. It'll be out August 20th. And the ebook says, when President Obama talked about Mitt Romney in recent months, aides picked up a level of anger he never had for Hillary Clinton or John McCain. Thrush notes that Obama began campaign preparations feeling neutral about Romney, but like the former governor's GOP opponents in 2008 and 2012, he quickly developed a genuine disdain for the man. He doesn't say why, but I guess he feels that he was scorned by Romney, and so now he's mad about it. And he writes, there was a baseline of respect for John McCain. The president always thought he was an honorable man and a war hero. That doesn't hold true for Romney. He was no blankety-blank war hero. Oh, that's an Obama advisor. So these guys continue to class it up there. The ebook. Well, you could just write an ebook. That kind of beats having to try to publish a book, doesn't it? Just put it on the interwebs.
Sure.
It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Try that sometime. Meanwhile, Romney, Harry Reid, this is all backfiring, and Romney just humiliated him the other day. Right here.
Harry Reid really has to put up or shut up, all right? So, Harry, who are your sources? Let's have Harry explain who that is. And by the way, Harry, I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to deflect the fact that jobs numbers are bad, that Americans are out of work, and you're trying to throw anything up on the screen that'll grab attention away from the fact that the policies of the White House haven't worked to put Americans to work, and the policies of the Senate haven't even got a budget in place.
Yeah, I mean, good job by Mitt Romney, by the way. And I imagine that even though Harry Reid has come out, and doubled down, even tripled down to a certain degree, I'm not quite sure he'll be such a loudmouth this week.
It was like the Chilean miners.
He'll be like a Chilean miner for a little while there. The Gateway Pundit reporting that Harry Reid actually, you know where he lives in Washington? At the Ritz-Carlton. I mean, more power to him that he has the kind of money to do that, but I don't know who he's thinking he's representing there when he's attacking Mitt Romney. He's even lost ABC News correspondent Jonathan Karl. I mean, he's an actual correspondent, and he was on the ABC Snoozer show on Sunday. Here's what he said.
It's one of the most outrageous charges that I've ever seen actually made on the Senate floor. Sometimes you see this stuff out, first it was an interview with Huffington Post, that's one thing. But when Harry Reid comes to the floor of the Senate and makes this outrageous charge that has absolutely no evidence, I mean, Mitt Romney paid $3 million to the IRS in the one tax return that we've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, so they have no apologies to make over in the Romney campaign. The fact that they paid a ton of money into the Treasury that's currently being laundered into vote-buying schemes on the part of the Democrats. But nonetheless, I guess people are ignoring that. People are stubborn, Like, for instance, Robert Gibbs is stubborn. Because, I think it's pretty stubborn for you to insist, if you're fat, on wearing a tan poplin suit on TV. Now, that's being stubborn. And Robert Gibbs is very stubborn. He's still hanging on to the whole...
Have you ever seen anybody go to such great lengths to not put something out? And when you generally don't put something out, isn't it because you're generally hiding something? Again,
genuinely you might think it's private, but in the end, the visual of Mitt Romney doing his text.
Anyway, child rapist Robert Gibbs. Oh, he's not? How do I know? I don't know. All I know is that Robert Gibbs has not provided any proof that he doesn't rape children. So, therefore, he's guilty. I don't know. That's his standard of justice, apparently, so I'm going to just kind of roll with it, The new frontier in justice in America. kind of gutless of Romney's campaign to let this Rick Gorka guy go. You know, he's the one who stood up for everybody, for the
apparent simmering tensions between the Mitt Romney campaign and the traveling press corps accompanying him on his European trip spilled over in Poland. CNN has the exchange that now has the media buzzing.
Buzzing.
Feel that your gaffes have overshadowed your foreign trip.
Only sight for the Polish people. Show some respect.
Yeah, and part of that was bleeped out, but Gorka's like, kiss my rear end. Or something of that nature.
Close.
Yeah. And now he's been let go. Of course, they're saying he's taking a leave from the campaign for a while. But, come on, Romney. You guys can stand up for this guy. He stood up for you. These Tucson shooting victims, they have an ad out now. They were shot with Gabby Giffords. Is that her name? Mm-hmm. And they have an ad out now that's...
I'm a veteran.
A mother.
A teacher.
We're survivors of the Tucson shooting.
Our leaders gave us a moment of silence then.
But they haven't given us a plan. President Obama.
Governor Romney.
We demand a plan. Because 48,000 Americans will be murdered with guns during the next president's term.
Yeah, so they're promoting a website that is like a gun control website. And my only thing is that I can understand how devastated these people are. Having never been in a situation like that, I could see how their emotions run high about gun control, and you get that. But I'm just trying to figure out, though, why they think actually the government is the one that's going to end gun violence. I mean, the government has already created laws that make it a crime to commit crimes using a gun. We have our local people here who've done a good job of prosecuting and sending to prison people who commit crimes with a gun, like rob people with a gun or whatever else. And so the government seemingly has done its job in terms of trying to end gun violence. I mean, what do you think a police department is? But for whatever reason, they still are asking Obama and Romney to do something, and I'm not quite sure that that's the way to do it. Maybe you all have some ideas, though, how the government can end violence. To me, it seems like it's kind of a society issue, but I think there are a lot of ways you can end gun violence, and they might not have to do anything with gun control. You see, Jon Stewart making fun of the Olympic coverage in there. Spoiler alerts. It's funny.
Cue the sirens again. Sirens equal spoiler alert. So we are getting some new results here in from this afternoon's Olympic event. So if you do not want to hear them, put your TV on mute right now.
People watch CNN not on mute.
So that was pretty funny. But the larger point is, instead of telling people to change the channel, they say put the mute button on, but then they scroll the results. The results are fonted up on the screen, so he made fun of that for hours on end. It's up there on the electric stove. It's Common Sense Radio.